Speaking of EVs, I got this Mercedes-Benz on the radar, the EQS. Have you seen this one?
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think about the look of that one?
I like it.
You're into it.
Yeah.
It's very futuristic.
Very, very, very.
Maybe the most futuristic. I mean, that thing, it looks like a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
And the glass and just the curves of it. I've seen interior pictures of this thing look pretty wild. Well, we have some new figures that are being shared as far as the range. This could be the range topper. It could actually beat the Model S. We're talking about 435 plus miles or 700 plus kilometers of range. There have been some pretty strict barriers in the EV game for range.
Yes.
And it remains the #1 apprehension when you talk to people in the world, in real life. How far can I really drive? Where can I really go in these things? People still say it in 2020, Will.
Yeah, I mean, like the charging stations are less common than gas stations. I guess.
Yeah, they're still
At
less
least for
common.
right now.
Even though they're improving that as well.
Yeah.
But it is still a question that people have. Well, Mercedes is trying to squash some of that apprehension on their own here by coming up with these kind of crazy numbers, potential numbers for their EQS electric sedan. It's going to take a giant battery to hit those numbers. Now, it's important to note that the Model S Long Range Plus has a claimed EPA of 402 miles or 647 kilometers on a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. But often, once the EPA gets a hold of one of these things, their testing procedure might be different than what a manufacturer uses. And we saw this come up with the Porsche Taycan.
Yes.
Where they were able to get certain numbers and the EPA was much tougher and stringent, more stringent. So, you know, the manufacturer is sharing these potential numbers, Mercedes in this case. Once the EPA gets a hold of it for their test cycle, it may land a lot closer to the 402 miles that the Model Long Range Plus Model S gets. But either way, it's encouraging to see that there's a long range option. And if you're going to have a luxury sedan, you're going to have something that looks like that, you're going to want a little range on it because you're going to want to relax on that road trip.
Exactly.
You might even go in the back seat. Well, you might hire someone in the driver's seat. You may chill in the back seat.
Yep.
In a car like that. Speaking of cars,